Hello, in this video we will be doing three things. The first thing will be building a single linked list class, and second thing is implement a recursive solution to reverse a single linked list, and third will be how to implement an iteration method to reverse that single linked list. Then we will test our solutions on the LeetCode website and see how our code perform. And first, to start with, let's discuss what is a single linked list. So a single linked list consists of a list of nodes, and each node, like node 0, node 1, they have two properties. So the first property is a value holder. It holds 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, it doesn't matter. And the second property is a pointer, so it's like the arrow here. So if one node is always pointing to the next node, and if there is a next node, it will point to a null value that we predefined. All right, so our purpose or our goal is objective. It would be to reverse that linked list from 1 2 3 4 5 to 5 4 3 2 1. All right, so to start with, we can discuss how to build a single linked list. To start, so first thing we do is build a constructor function using ES5 syntax. That would be a function, of course, and we'll call it a list node, and we will pass in a value here, and then we can just say this dot value equals to value this dot next, the second property, the pointer, equals to now. All right. So then what we can do here is we declare a new reference called list node, and initialize the object using the new keyword and passing our constructor function. And here passing a value 1. Let's rebuild this linked list. All right, and then we can say list node dot next is equals to a new list node and passing the value 2. Okay. Three, 4, and 5. Okay, let's test our solution here. All right, so 1 2 3 4 5. So this is how we build a simple linked list using ES5 syntax. So to follow to keep ourselves updated, we can update this part using the ES6 syntax. It's personally I like that better, but under the hood it's still using a constructor function. So it's the same thing but using a new syntax. Okay, so to use it, use ES6. We don't pass a parameter here. We declare a constructor and we pass the parameter in the constructor parameter brackets, and we do the same thing. And the output will be the same. All right, so this is how to build a single linked list using JavaScript. All right, the next thing we do, and the list node will be the head. Okay, so let's discuss how to reverse that linked list that we used above. So the first one, it would be the recursive method because it's much easier to understand. So the idea is very simple. We have our base case here when we start our recursion when our current node is pointing to null value, and for the node before that, we just point the next property to the previous node. So this pointer will point to here, this pointer points 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 to here. So our node, our single linked list will be reversed this way. So this is the solution here. And let's just delete it and rewrite it so you can see the process. All right, function reverse list, and it's going to take in a head. And first thing we do is to check the head. So if head is null or something, we just return the head. If else, we just okay, we declare a new head and asset equals to null, and we can put a comma here so we can write immediately invoke the recursive function, and this time we will call it reverse and takes in a current node and a previous node. So the first layer would be the current node would be the head, and the previous node of head of course is equals to null. Then we can write our function here. So if the current node dot next is not null, meaning it's not a falsy value, okay, then what we do is we call the reverse again and passing the new current node would be the current node dot next, and our current node then would become the previous node. And after this is done, if it's null, then we can upload a new head and ask it to be our current node. So that will be this case will be when our node is the last element of the original linked list. Okay, so after this is done for each iteration recursion, we just need to fix the pointer. All right, so the pointer would be current node dot next equals to previous node. So it has nothing to do with our value. It just we just need to change the pointer and make sure the node is not empty. Okay, so after this is done, we can then return our new head. Okay, let's console.log the result by calling our reverse list and passing the list node as the head. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so let's test our code on the lead code. All right, so great. Our memory usage is very good, but speak of runtime is about middle range compared with other online submissions. So this is a pretty intuitive solution. Let's move on to the iteration method. Okay. So let's move on. So the iterative solution would be having like this is our original linked list, and we declare a new linked list and having new head. Original head equals to null first. Then we start our iteration points to n0, n1, n2, and 1 by 1. So when we start with the first element n0, and we update its next property to points to our new head, and we set new head equals to n0. So our n0 will become our new head will become n0 new node 0 and points to null. And then we move on to the second element, and we set the n1 next property to new node. So and then we update the new head to n1, and our n0 will become this part, and we set n0 equals to n1. So our n0 new node will be equals to n1 points to n0 points to now. Move on to the third element, you get the idea. And we ask to the n2 to point to the new node, and new node this time will be already equals to n1 points to n0 points to now, and we reset the new node to n2, and our new node will become n2 points to n1, n0, and now. So by the end of our iteration, when we finish, iterate through the last element, our new node will be the head of a new linked list that's going to start from n4 and point to n0. All right. So without further ado, let's write our solution. So function reverse list takes in a new head. Let's call it old head this time. And let's declare new head. That's the n0 here. And we ask it to be a null value first. I like this part. Then we start our iteration. So while our old head is still valid, meaning it's not now. Okay. We first use a temp, and because we need to store the head.next, you will call it temp or next, whatever value you want to call it. Alright, so we store the old head.next, and we will update old head continuously, okay, in the while loop. And we store this old head.next because we are about to change old head.next, remember, because we want to pass this property to the new head. So let's do that. Old head.next equals to our new head. Then third thing will be updating the new head to our old head. So new head equals to old head. And the last thing, we just need to update the old head, and so that we can move on to the next element. So old head equals to temp, so equals to the original head.next. So by the end of this, our new head will be the head of the reverse linked list, so we just return the new head. Okay, let's console log the solution and check. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so let's just paste this solution to our lead code and update the input parameter to old head and run. So this time we have a solution faster than 20% of other online submissions, but having a very good memory usage. Okay, if we run that again, our JavaScript, our solution becomes faster, so that you can imagine that so this online submissions, the runtime is very close to each other, as you can see here. But just remember, so you can see my previous attempt has a runtime error here. So that refers to when we do the recursion part, just make sure that we check the head first and make sure that if it's now, do not run the recursion. So because we didn't handle that situation inside our recursion. So just keep that in mind. So I think that's about it. That's how we can reverse a linked list in JavaScript. Thank you for watching. And if you have a better solution, please don't hesitate and leave a comment down below. And let's improve together. Thank you very much, and have a good day.